Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, that's also my screen name. We are back with episode 34 of our Medieval Dynasty Let's Play. If you learn anything useful today, if you have a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, let's go ahead and load in. Alright, so I have to try to remember where we were here. I think I did do some crafting and some threshing. We have a lot of wooden vials now, almost 5 grand. And if you look at our logs, I knocked those down a hefty chunk. There's still quite a few, but we did put a hell of a dent in it. Rye grain. I did not keep enough rye grain to do all 3 fields because I don't know why. So let's go ahead and take some of this stuff out for sale. We're going to leave some of it behind for them to sell, obviously. But some of this stuff I would like to sell. Just to get this cleaned up a little bit. We're only 500 away from our storage cap over here. The flax is doing pretty well. I did keep back enough flax for all 3 fields. Our fertilizer's back up where it needs to be. So we could take a lot of these too. Let's go ahead and hit up as many stores as we can before night falls. Now this is kind of a catch-22. We want to offload stuff this way because it gives us a bunch sold very quickly, and the stores are very slow, and we get the money right away. The downside to selling things off this way is we get more money by selling them out of the stores. The stores actually give us more money per item. So it's kind of a bad spot to be in, trying to sell this stuff this way. But it is what it is. And it does get us money right effing now, as opposed to later. Alright, that's her.
Take care.
I'm hoping that we can get at least one more village before night falls enough that they won't deal with us anymore. Is it going to be faster to go north or south? 6 of 1, but there's more up there. Hopefully that stamina increase on the horse lets us actually make it all the way up there. I almost hit a sign. I did apparently hit a rock. Determined to hit as many of these as we can before they close up shop for the night. I mean, how are we doing on money? Yeah, we're at 182,000. Like, we're doing pretty well. We've come a long way from where we used to be, that's for sure. Scrambling to make 500 a season. Now we're making tens of thousands a season. We might actually be able to sell off everything that we brought with us. I was hoping to sell that flatbread via store because it's worth so much. As that means that it's going to be worth that much more because the amount that the NPCs shave is percentage based. So the more it's worth, the more extra you get. So you really only want to sell the super cheap stuff through the vendors now, once you have the market up and running. The problem is I need to clear out some weight because we are having weight issues in both of the storages at this point.
See you soon.
See you soon. Don't worry, I'll see you again when I need more coins. One thing I am worried about is if we get one of those hammer quests they have upgraded from wood to copper that they're asking for. And I worry about that because we don't actually have any copper or bronze anymore. We are now dealing exclusively in iron. So if they don't want an iron one, we're kind of hard pressed to help them out. I think we're screwed. Yep. Oh, that's the end of that. It's alright though, we can just head home. Okay. So they have one field planted. And I can't remember... I thought that we could get away with only one field. But I'm a little worried... Oh, yeah, we'll be fine with one field. We'll be fine. We haven't even started eating into that 1,500 yet, so we should be just fine. I also want to try to reverse the direction on our fencing where that gap is. When I was cutting the video, I noticed that the last placement for the fence... Yeah, he's not going to let me do it. The last placement for the fence, its clipping sticks out a little bit further than the initial placement of the fence. So I'm thinking that might let us... Aww. We don't have a tavern yet. Okay, no quest from her.
Day?
Let me give you a present. I got you a little something. I got you a toy sword, kid. Yeah. What's on your mind? And if it's horses again, so help me. Oh. He found a lizard in the forest today. It was kind of gross, but he held it in his hand anyway. Okay.
Goodbye.
That kid's feckin' weird. Just like his daddy. Oh, it's fall, not winter. I'm special. Don't mind me. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Because we have 3 fields for them to fix. Which means we're probably going to have to do one ourselves. Oh my god, there's still... 1, 2, 3, 4 people are still pregnant. And we now have a full page. We have almost 2 pages of children now. This is absolutely absurd. That's almost our entire workforce right there. Oh, that one had good stats. That one had good stats. That one had amazing stats. He's got a 6 in diplomacy. Fantastic. That one's mostly 3s. So is that one. That one's got a 5 in farming. Excellent. How's our kid doing? He's got 2 4s and a bunch of 3s. So not as good as some of these other ones. I should have probably waited a little bit later to have the heir. We had him so early that our skills didn't transfer as well as they could have. But that's okay. It is what it is. Now with this many geese, now that the entire thing is full, we are definitely going to sell off the oldest males. And just keep the females. I don't know if the males technically lay eggs or not. But mostly we're just... Yeah, we have several males. So let's go into animals and see what we can do with our geese. Because it looks like our geese is actually are actually full. So he's the youngest. So we will go ahead and sell you for 800. Yep. And we will sell you for 800. Yep. And that gives room for some more babies. Our piggies. We have a new male hoglet, or piglet. That's cool. Sheepies. So we have 1 male baby and 1 male at a year and a quarter and 1 male at 4.5. So what I think we'll do is after we shear them, we will sell off this ram and we'll hold on to this one until this one's grown. Or until we have another baby and then we can sell that one. Cattle. The calf. I do want to let the calf grow just because he's worth twice as much money if we do. But the male cow is definitely going away. Now, ooh, he did grow all the way up. So we can sell our 6-year-old. And as you can see, she's 3 3/4, so we got her as a baby. Which means she grew at, well, I'm going to say 1 3/4. So so we've had 2 years here, so it took almost a full year to get him. The donkeys, holy shit. We cannot sell this donkey. This donkey's going to die with us because he was our beloved friend from the beginning. So he's not going to ever be sold. And then the other 2 are female, and then that one's male. But I think we can only fit 4 donkeys in the donkey shed. Is that right? Or am I talking out of my ass? Donkey shelter. Nope, yep, we can only have 4. So we'll have to sell off our female donkey now that this one's grown. So we will still have an adult female donkey that way. So that's $2,000 that we got back. And hopefully that... I think that's the first time that we've sold animals that it hasn't automatically given us a diplomacy level. Oh, we're still way down there, that's why. That's why. There we go. And then we can fill the rest with simple shoes, because we are still having an issue where we're getting way more leather than we actually need. Hey, Stesso. Not by much, man. We've only been going about a half hour. I don't know what time zones you guys are in, and I'm also, because I was born in the US and we are the center of the world as far as we're concerned, I am terrible about knowing the time zone conversions. I know all of the US versions of the US time zones, but I do not know the GMT conversions for the US time zones. I suppose I could look that up on Google at some point, and maybe I will. But generally speaking, I try to be on from 6 my time to 8 my time, which was 40 minutes ago to an hour and a half from now. But I do not always succeed. Like today we started a little bit late because I had some things to take care of downstairs. We're actually going to be without gas for the next couple of days because they are moving the gas meters for the homes from the inside to the outside. So I had some preparation to do in the basement to allow them to be able to get to the meter to move it outside. Ah, fair. I mean, that's what I did when I had my first back surgery. I was going to be out of work for at least 8 months, so I decided to use that time to go to college. And that was probably one of my better decisions. Yep. Well, here I'm actually having the reverse problem. A lot of people don't want to hire me because I am overqualified, and they're worried that I will leave for more money. The problem is, leaving for more money is one thing, but I would like some money. So that's what I get a lot, is a lot of the jobs around here, there aren't any major corporations. It's kind of a middling-sized town. So there aren't any major corporations or any programming firms. So both of my degrees are kind of eh. And, they don't want to hire you for a place like McDonald's, for lack of a better example, if you have 2 college degrees, because they're worried, rightfully so, that you'll jump ship the first time somebody offers more than 15 an hour. But the problem is, while you don't have any employment, you have nothing an hour. Even that 15 an hour is reasonable. Is this like a highway for children or what? When I was a kid, I lived in a trailer park because we were poor. And there was a cornfield that grew behind the trailer park where us kids always used to play. And, we'd play hide and seek among the corn rows and tag and whatnot. And, it was... The farmer hated it. He didn't want us in his field. And, as an adult, we were kind of assholes. We didn't damage anything, really. Not intentionally, anyway. But I can see why he didn't want kids running around in his field. But we didn't think anything of it. So we kept going in there, even after he'd run us out several times. So one day, he'd finally had enough, and he came out with a pellet gun. And he shot all of us with a pellet gun and ran us out of his field. And I thought that was overkill, but this is a video game and the kids keep walking through my field and I really just want to take my scythe to them. So I kind of get it. Well, the funny part is, that was back in the late 80s, early 90s, so, Like, if he was to do that now, there'd be lawsuits and cops called and all kinds of shenanigans. But back then, our parents were like, yeah, he shot you with a pellet gun. Were you in his field? Well, then you deserved it. And now, I mean, they'd be calling everybody under the sun that would listen to them. And I suppose we could always use one of our precious build limit to build another one of these storages to double our storage. That's an option. But I would rather get our production under control. I would like to adopt a just-in-time kind of setup for this. I mean, we're going to have a little bit of storage for the cabbages and the like, but I think we can do a little bit better than what we have been. What? Ah, the fucking horse is in the way. No, I hear sirens when it rains too. That was one of the comments that I made at the beginning of this episode. The part that you missed, come to think of it. But yeah, no, I hear sirens too every time that it rains. I don't know if there were sirens in the background when they were recording the sound, or if that is supposed to be the wind whistling, but you are not the only one that hears it. Okay, so our current food... We'll have to check our current food storage before and after we place this last log. I think it's going to go up by 1,000, but I'm not positive. I really hope it's 1,000. So we are currently at 1,000. Oh, it's probably only going to go up by 500, huh? Nope, it did. It went up by 1,000. So we just doubled the size of our food storage. That is going to make a massive difference for us. Oh, I couldn't fit all the buckets in there. Okay. They've got quite a lot of buckets in there too, though. I don't know. I don't want to fill everything with buckets either. You know what we should do is split the buckets in half. And put half of them in the kitchen and half of them in the herbalist shack, filled with water, for the flatbread and the potions respectively. I think that'll be a good spot to hold them just so that they're not taking up storage in either department. Alright, so we've got 2,000 vials on us. And we do need a little bit of copper. We need at least 2 copper bars.
Hello there.
So I don't know if we... Well, we can hit up the mine, or we can just buy the copper and be done with it. I don't know which direction I'm going to take just yet. Well, shit, that was almost all the vials.
See you soon.
Oh, okay. It's been a long time since I've played any competitive shooters. I think the last one that I really played was Halo Reach, believe it or not. I can't... I think part of it's I'm getting old, but my reflexes aren't what they used to be. I used to be hell on wheels in, Halo, and I noticed the last couple of times that I tried to play, I can't keep up with the kids anymore. I have strategies, so I do okay. But I don't have the twitch reflexes that I used to have. I really don't. And there's really not that much joy in outsmarting teenagers. It's not that difficult, so... It's the same reason I don't play games like Rust. I feel like Rust on a private server with friends and PvP turned off would be a game that I would actually be interested in. But trying to play it in its current state, I think, would just frustrate the hell out of me, and I would probably rage quit fairly quickly. I don't know, I'm not competitive like I used to be. My teen years and up through my mid-20s. And then since my mid-20s, I have zero interest in I would much rather PvE than PvP. That's not to say I don't play shooters. Like, I absolutely love games like Deep Rock Galactic, Warframe. We played Outlands, I think, or something like that. That one was short-lived, but yeah. I absolutely adore the PvE co-op games, but the PvP doesn't do it for me anymore. That's not to say that I have anything against people that enjoy it. It's not for me. That has been one of the hardest parts about getting old as a gamer, is realizing that you are no longer the target audience for video games. That has definitely been the hardest part about getting older. I really wish that the cobble was the insulated version. I really don't like the way that these look in comparison. So I think that the ones like that actually give you, I should have checked it in the journal, but I think that those ones give you building XP as well. House renovation. Yeah, building technology. Perfect. So that gave us 200 extra points towards this. Oh, we are almost there. We only need 250 more points. I should probably check the other quests. Looks like there's 3 in Gustovia. Let's make an extra copper hammer just in case, and go to Gustovia and see if we can't find another one of those style quests, because that'll put us like right friggin' there. Well, some of that's my own fault. I really should not have gone as ham on villagers as I did. If I had done them steadily over time like you're supposed to, instead of realizing that I screwed up by running lean in the early years and then just flooding the market with villagers, we could have accounted for that a little bit better. But I didn't, so we are where we are. It's mostly my own fault. What is it? He wanted to play pretend to be an adult, but he doesn't have the required items. Okay, what do you need? I can't give you anything, but I'll ask my friends to spread the good word about you. What do you need to be an adult? A wooden spear. That's super simple. That's one angry cow. I'm going to leave the stump this time, because we really only needed one of the logs. It's kind of messed up, though, that kid's parents told him that he couldn't have the spear. And then I said, sure, I'll get you a spear, and now I'm going to go hand him a spear. Like, that's... I feel like his parents should be justifiably pissed. I wonder if bow fishing would be worth the effort. We may have to visit the house to finish this quest. I don't know if there are any fish along here that are close enough to the shore to bow fish. There's some. Nope. Ah, I got one! Well, I have a perch now, but that unfortunately is not fish meat. And yes, you can bow fish perch. Where's Carolina? Oh my, no. No! I hate the area around Hornica. It's so twisty-turny. It's not easy to navigate on horse. I've considered not necessarily doing a series on Deep Rock Galactic, but I haven't played Deep Rock Galactic in... Oh, shit. How are these guys not going down? Well, that was super messy. Ooh. There were like 4 wolves right there when I crested that hill. And I lost a bunch of arrows to them because they ran to the winds and Lord only knows where they went. Oh well. They probably died and as such no longer show up on that skill because I hit them with poisoned arrows. So I'm guessing they wandered off just a little ways and then died, and I'm never going to find them in the dark. It's just not going to happen. I hate to be wasteful like that, but it is what it is. Ooh! That was close. No! Eee! Well, I want a quarter of the horse's health. Yeah, I considered not necessarily doing a series, but just a couple of episodes on Deep Rock Galactic. So much has changed since I played it last. I kind of want to just see if the old meta builds still work. Because I had some of the best builds that you could get back when I played. And I'm curious as to whether or not they still work well. So I know they've added weapons and they've added a bunch of different things, including enemies and mission types, since the last time I played. And I'm just wondering if the old builds still work, just out of curiosity. So I know, like, when I went on a several-year break from Warframe, and when I came back to it, most of my stuff didn't work anymore. I had to completely re-gear everybody. That's the hard part, is when you want coin, like right now, you can run around and sell stuff, but we make more coins, even though it's slower, by selling stuff through the markets. So it's kind of rough that way. Ah, shit. I'm not going back for the bandits. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to set up to start threshing and probably stop here for the night, unfortunately, so that I can get things handled in the morning. So I'm going to start threshing and probably make some more random craps that we can sell next time. So if you learned anything useful, if you had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. Either way, have a fantastic rest of your evening,